Okay. So hello, everybody. Just making sure everything's all right, but we're going to be starting up Wolfpack's Got Talent right now. So I'd just like to say welcome to everybody in the Wolfpack to our very first virtual Wolfpack's Got Talent. My name is Trace, and I'm the Director for Advocacy for the RHA. And my pronouns are he, him, his. And I'm just really excited for this event today. So I guess I'll introduce you to our second co-host, and that's Justin.
Hey, my name is Justin, and I'm the Director for Administration. And generally, I'm just very excited for this. It's the first Wolfpack Got Talent I got attended, and my pronouns are I, me, myself.
And so I guess we'll introduce each judge. So our first judge here today is the Dean of Students, Kim Thomas. So go ahead and introduce yourself.
I was trying to tweet about this so y'all can see how my phone's talking. Sorry. I'm Dean Thomas, Dean Kimberly Thomas. I'm the Dean of Students on campus, and I absolutely love talent shows. So I'm looking forward to seeing our students perform.
And next we have Jerome Maese of Res Life. Jerome, please introduce yourself.
Hello, everyone. My name is Jerome Maese. I'm the Director of Residential Life, and I am currently also one of the co-advisors to the Residence Hall Association. And I'm really looking forward to these performances. Best of luck.
And for our next judge, we have ASUN's very own Anthony Martinez. So go ahead and introduce yourself, Anthony.
Hi, everyone. My name is Anthony Martinez. I'm the current ASUN president. My term ends this Wednesday, so just in the lick of time. So I'm really excited to be here and very thankful to be pairing with RHA once again for this fun event.
And finally, our last judge is RHA's Serena Fenn. Serena, please introduce yourself.
Hey everyone, so my name is Serena Fenn. I serve as the Residence Hall Association president, and I use the pronouns she, her, hers. I'm super excited for our first virtual event, so back to you guys.
Awesome. So the way that this process will kind of work is we have gotten all the auditions and performances and narrowed it down to our top 5 acts, and that was determined through the board of directors process. And so we will be we'll be streaming this on YouTube, obviously, and we will be sending each act to the judges themselves. So the judges will watch the YouTube links, the YouTube performances as we are watching them. And after each performance, they'll be grading with the grading rubric that they have, and also commenting and critiquing and just talking about the acts as they go on. Talking about the acts after they happen. And then after all 5 acts have gone, we will be breaking out into a breakout session through Zoom. And so the stream, we will be playing a Kahoot game just to pass the time. And another one of the hosts will be in a room with the judges, kind of selecting the first, second, and third place placements within the competition. And so with that, we have our very first contestant. Their name is Jeremy, and they are a junior who majors in atmospheric science, which is super rad. They're from Canada Hall, and their pronouns are he, him, his. And so we'll be starting with the video.
Not objectively optimal. Objectively optimal. It's +2. That's just a +2. I mean, if you want to get the delegate. 137.
Oh, delegate. What is this?
137?
Awesome.
Now, the judges will score Jeremy's using the lick we gave them. And free to share and critique. Judges, the floor is yours. You got 5 minutes.
So I'd like to add that that's personally like one of the coolest things ever, because I think it's incredibly skilled to be able to do a Rubik's Cube with your hands. And I can't, obviously. And to be able to not just do it with your hands, but do it with your feet is like, that's next level. That takes, I don't know how long that it takes to practice that, but I'd imagine it takes a very long time to practice that, because that is craziness. I love it. And if any of you other judges have anything else to say, you can go ahead and say it.
I'm just impressed that I didn't even know that there was a record or there was competitions for people doing it with their feet of all things. Like I know there's people who do it with robots who have hands, but feet of all things, man. This has been very interesting.
How do you ever figure out that you can do that? Like, when was the moment you learned that you could fix a Rubik's Cube with your feet?
It must have been something where, like, honestly, that's I don't know. And it kind of makes me wonder, like, maybe they used to start competition, like maybe they did competitions just like doing it by hand. And then eventually, you know, Jeremy's like, I'm just going to start doing it with my feet. I think that's a pretty interesting, you know, an interesting route to go, but it's definitely the coolest Rubik's Cube solving I've ever seen.
You could do that in class and the teacher might never know, actually.
Yeah, honestly, well,
Kind
they
of
might
fidget
be able to hear
spinner.
yeah, they might be able to hear the sound that
Oh,
like
maybe.
it's actually moving. They'd be like, what is that sound? And everybody's like, I don't know.
You would never guess that if you had to pick from a list of what it is. You would never say someone must be doing a Rubik's Cube with their feet.
Well, I think it's incredibly awesome. And are you judges, have you scored this performance already? Because if so, we can move on to the next act.
Right.
Awesome.
Now we have contestant number 2, Ryan Gildor. Sorry if I butchered your name, Ryan, but he's a freshman who majors in biology and it lives in Great Basin Hall. His pronouns are he, him, his. And here's the video.
All right, well, that was amazing. So the judges, you will have 5 minutes to judge Ryan and give any critiques or any, positive words for Ryan's piano playing. I would first like to say that that's an excellent song choice. I love the song to begin with, and so choosing that song is like, I just like the song. I guess that's all I'm really trying to say is I'm a really big fan of the song. So that's a plus to me.
I just want to say I saw no sheet music. I know there's like a part of like cards and stuff, and I was like, you're playing that strictly from memory. That's awesome. So I just wanted to note that. I thought that was really awesome, is to even have that, memorized in the first place.
If he would have played it with his feet, I think we would have had a winner. Just saying.
Jerome, that can't be the standard for every act.
I definitely enjoyed the creativity, and you're right. I didn't see any sheet music either, Anthony. I was incredibly impressed with that one. I love live performance type stuff where, they're going at it like that.
Well, I was
beautiful.
thinking the Philharmonic is showing on Instagram. They're doing music, and they have musicians play, and then some of the Broadway shows have their performers performing now. So maybe just saying, maybe Instagram, from RHA, we can put a little joy into the world with our talented residents. Just a thought.
I'd also like to add, I like how Ryan, because the dog barks near the beginning of the performance, and Ryan puts like a little dog emoji down on the bottom left, and I thought it was the funniest thing ever when I saw that. Because it's like, I don't know, it's just like so aware, like, oh, the dog bark, but don't worry, I will make it funny. And I was like, oh, that's greatness. I love that. That's amazing.
I know, I thought it was super cute, like from his playing to like the whole background, everything was so cute. He put the little dog, and I was like, is there a dog emoji? But I thought it was super cute. He did really good. I like that one.
I said that muted. When you're done scoring, judges, you can let me know and we can start with the third act. Is everybody ready? Awesome. So with the third act, we have Derek Heisig. And so Derek is a freshman who is actually undeclared right now. He lives in Manjune and his pronouns are he, him, his. And yeah, we have a fun talent for you today. So start with Derek's video.
All right, judges, you got 5 minutes.
I thought you weren't supposed to play ball in the house. That's what my mom always said.
And it was high risk with that flat screen there and all those windows, right?
I said, I hope you didn't break anything, but I watch those on TikTok all the time. That's so funny.
And then he did a little advertising at the end. Follow him on Instagram. I'm like, all right, get your followers up.
I love my favorite one of all of those is the one with the family in the background and they're just watching like so ready. And once it goes in, they're just like, I think it's just perfect. I love all of that.
I just love the energy in video. Like every single shot, he's so excited after every time he makes it. He's always so excited.
So it makes you wonder how many attempts we had.
Oh man, he must have practiced for so long just to get that one shot down.
What if all of those were the first shot though? Like we would never know, right? So that's it's like, oh no, that was just my first attempt. Like that's just how good. I was like, maybe.
Yeah. Is he on
Also,
the golf
shout out to
team?
his shorts. I liked his shorts.
The music was my favorite part. It kept me awake. I was like, whoa. I was like, this is intense. I was like, I like it.
I wonder when somebody decides that they're going to start doing stuff like that. Like that's pretty impressive to be like, I just want to start hitting golf balls long distances into very small targets. And I was like, okay, go for it.
See, parents very open-minded and free-thinking, allowing him to experiment. Maybe he went to Montessori school, I understand lots of free-thinking and experimentation, when he was younger. This is what happens. Now he's a perfectionist or an expert.
Maybe he'll be a pro golfer.
Maybe, and then he'll remember this day and maybe invite us to watch him play. I'm always trying to get in on the good time. So maybe, just maybe.
Well, I know it was talent because he made golf seem interesting to me. So,
Ooh.
Yeah.
I guess something I do like is kind of like to be able to, I'm sure that Derek does a lot of this during the quarantine right now, and just to be able to find something really interesting and fun to do while you have so much free time. And it's an interesting skill to master, but it's definitely mastered, I feel like. So have any of you been like mastering obscure skills over the break?
I'm trying to break the world record for the most Reese's peanut butter cup consumption right now. So that's my talent. I've got wrappers
I'll
everywhere.
help you with that. Nothing
I'm
obscure.
gonna do more exercising. So I don't know that I'm breaking any records, but usually I've been able to count my walking around campus as my exercise. And now that I can't do that, I have to try something else. So this morning I tried a yoga class. It was actually being taught by a yoga instructor in Atlanta who I met at a conference last year. So I did his class. I've done some meditation classes. I get tricked into this room with the Mr. and Mr. Fitness with their Zumba class, because I'm like, the squirrel moment when it says, oh, live, and then I touch it, not realizing what I'm doing. And then it says, Dean Thomas has entered your class. And I'm like, oh no. So then I can't leave because I feel guilt. So I've been in a couple of Zumba classes with them, laughing at myself. And oh my gosh, I am so glad there's no two-way camera. So I've done some of those. I
think the worst of it is when like you accidentally click it and you're the only person that joins. So it's like one viewer and you're just sitting there like, oh no, what have I done?
Yeah, I've been doing that, doing some empowerment kind of workshops on leadership and things that I wouldn't normally do if I was working, in the office, because I would probably be in the office more than the hours that are on the door. So now I'm trying to read and do some other things. I got a Brene Brown book I got to work my way through. And then, so yeah, that's what I'm doing.
I've been doing a lot of reading and listening to music and stuff like that. I really wish that I could be as awesome and learn how to play piano or learn how to do Rubik's Cube with my feet or something like that. Those are some serious skills, but I'm just gonna be casually reading. That's my goal. But
All right, and
if
that's
you're all ready, we
5
can
minutes.
start with the next one.
And we'll move on to the next one. And we have here contestant number 4, Anna Michael Johnson. She is a freshman in majoring biomedical engineering, and she lives in Manjun. Her pronouns are he, no, not he, sorry, she, hers, hers. Sorry, I'm suffering from some form of lag. I'm sorry about that.
Awesome. So the judges, you have 5 minutes to grade each for this performance. I would like to say that I've always wanted, so I'm like a really big fan of music, and I've always wanted to learn how to, so I played throughout high school and high school band and stuff like that. And I've always wanted to learn how to sing or play piano, because those are like, I don't know, they've just interested me so much. And I really, really want to learn how to play piano. And I've always really, really want to learn how to sing, and I can kind of match pitch, but I can never sing like by myself. And to be able to, one, not sing in like just standard English, like singing in a different language, but also be able to sing by yourself and hit those notes is incredibly difficult. And so like I can do nothing but just respect like everything that when it comes to like singing in front of, obviously just like in front of a camera and recording yourself, but it's I don't know, I just think it's amazing.
Definitely another family who let their child explore at a young age. Did you see the paint, the art on the walls? Like, and I was wondering if those clothes, if that was like a whole costume closet, like if the family is into acting and the arts. And so I had more questions. Like I wanted to ask some questions so I could find out more about this, or if that was for some play. And if this student is actually engaged in the arts on campus or the theater in some way. I don't know.
I was incredibly impressed. I love opera and I love the talent that it takes to make it happen. And to do it in your bedroom with a music box playing in the background, that takes some definitely determined practice and skill.
I'm no expert, but I watched The Voice, so maybe that helps me a little. But that was honestly beautiful. I loved your outfit, super cute. I love the background. I want a pink door, but sadly I only have a white door. But I thought that was really well done.
Yeah, I feel like in operas, I'm always paying attention to their clothing and background, and I think she did the best she could with what she had. And then her movement was still very engaging, so that's something I really appreciated throughout the performance.
I just generally love how well she sung it. In opera, you have to control your voice extremely well to make sure that all.
So I'll just carry on with Justin saying. He's kind of like going in and out of the connection sphere, but it isn't like voice control is incredibly important. And so like I've done a lot of research into music. I love music theory, and I just think it's incredibly difficult to stand like by yourself and sing, and like sing on pitch and sing in tune. And
Hello?
voice control is the best when it comes to just singing opera, because it's a lot of like an open throat kind of approach. I've never sang opera, but from kind of what I know, it's very open. And so, yeah, I love all that. Have any of you done any music at all, like within your lives, or are you
Oh.
very absent from the music creation field?
I've done 3 years of orchestra back in middle school, and I loved every minute of that until I just lost motivation in high school. I don't know why, but back in middle school, orchestra was the thing I was into. I didn't play any of the violins or cellos, and violins or violas. I played mainly the cello, and that was an interesting experience because as a cello, you had to play as what was the background music called? A melody to the symphony. It's been too long. I forgot about most of my orchestra terms. But you just had to support the violins and violas playing as a cello, and that was really fun. I loved it.
Yeah, I played the piano for a little while when I was younger, and my brother was a musician and played almost all the instruments and a band director. So I played the clarinet through like what we call junior high school. And then I played the clarinet in high school. So I was in the marching band and the concert band, but during marching season, I was on the dance team. So I do have some moves, just saying. I was in the dance team. I guess that would have been 10th and 11th grade, because that's when high school started then. And then I was in the concert band in the like spring term. And so senior year I went to work, so I didn't do any didn't do any band my senior year. But so that's when it stopped for me. But woodwind and no choir.
I took choir in high school, but they told me to lip sync. Nola.
I started on the clarinet in 5th and 6th grade. And then when I got to middle school, I switched over to the flute. So from 7th grade to senior year of high school, I played the flute, and I was in marching band, wind ensemble, all that fun stuff, but also played sports. So I had to battle between sports practice and then marching band practice, which was very hectic, but we made it through. So
I was also in choir, and they also told me to lip sync in like elementary school. And I was like, if I'm not hitting it now, I'm not going to hit it later. So I ended up doing orchestra. I played the violin. I was first chair, but in middle school, you had to choose electives. And then in high school, you had to choose electives, and I chose leadership, so I couldn't do both. So I was really, really sad. But now I'm trying to pick up another strings instrument. And we'll see how that goes. But I miss music. It was really, really important time in my life, and um, I just thought it was really beautiful. And to be able to play an instrument, I feel like is very uncommon these days.
Mhm. Did you notice the string instruments and the student who played the piano? Did you notice there were guitars or something sitting over, yeah, on the side of the piano? So yeah, I was wondering if he's gonna pick up a guitar and play something too. Yeah.
Like in the middle of the song, there's a guitar solo just riffing on the guitar.
Or he should have accompanied his piano playing with the guitar with his feet. Just saying.
Right. I don't necessarily think we should hold everybody to the feet performing, but it is important to think that, maybe it's possible. But in that case, I'm just making sure that everybody is done grading the rubric and everything like that. Is everybody ready? Awesome. So we'll get started with our very last performance. So our last contestant is Beck Neal. Beck is a freshman majoring in chemistry. She's from Great Basin and her pronouns are she, her, hers. And so here's her performance now.
This is the law of the jungle, as old and as true as the sky. And the wolf that shall keep it may prosper, but the wolf that shall break it must die. As the creeper that girdles the tree trunk, the law runneth forward and back. For the strength of the pack is the wolf, and the strength of the wolf is the pack.
All right, the judges will now have 5 minutes, but after this 5 minutes, they will head towards final discussion where they will determine tonight's winners. Oh, first
So
up to say- oh,
go ahead, Justin. I'm sorry.
oh, whoops, I accidentally muted myself. Uh, well, first I have to say that this is awesome. I love the art. I love the drawing.
I think
I
it's
guess-
pretty awesome too. We have a chalkboard wall in the Dean of Students office, and I really think the students should come and put some art on that chalkboard wall for us. So, or let us have this. I wonder what else she's doing over this break, because we could have a whole like gallery of quarantine art. It seems when we get done. Yeah.
That was super awesome. I've always wished I could like do art or paint or do something fun. I always watch the little Bob Ross videos and try to paint along, but you know, they're never as close to what I'm supposed to expect. But I love the addition of the Law of the Jungle. That was super cute touch. I love that.
I thought it was exceptional. I love the music to the artwork and the different like water-based and pencils that were brought into it. It was incredible. And I love the color schemes that, you know, the student chose to highlight and the detail of the eyes. I thought it was remarkable.
Parking Services does a competition every year to design the parking pass. You should definitely, this contestant should definitely like submit that one or make a new one. But you know, when we reach out, it's always like amazing art that comes through. So put that on your radar. Maybe you can win a free parking pass. Yeah, a free parking pass. You know, use your talent. Go for it.
I've always wanted to learn how to draw. It's like the one thing. It's probably my worst skill ever. My handwriting is horrible. I can't trace a straight line, which is funny because my name's Trace. I get it, but I can't cut in a straight line. Everything when it comes to just like that, it's like that motor skill. I just can't do it for some reason. And so I feel like to be able to draw is like such a really cool talent. And I'm kind of jealous. I wish I was able to draw. That'd be so cool to be able to like draw a picture like that. And mind you, it's just starting from an outline, so there's just a lot of vision when it comes to that. And you know, that's just really cool to be able to just sit down and be able to draw something like that.
So Trace, when you doodle, what do you draw?
I don't doodle. That's the thing. That's the real get you right there. Is like, yep, Trace doesn't trace. I've heard it a million times. I get it, but yeah, I'm horrible. It's so bad. It's just horrible.
I draw flowers and smiley faces, sunshines.
Oh, I draw the stick figures though. The stick figures. That's about it. That's all I got. But are all the judges done with the rubric? Everybody ready? Awesome. So now it's time for the judges to kind of split into a different group and discuss who they will determine as the first, second, and third place winners. And so myself and the rest of the judges will be moved into a different part of the discussion board where we will discuss like the scores and where we're putting everybody. And so during this time, Justin will be in charge of the Kahoot. So we're going to be doing a Kahoot kind of to pass the time as we determine who's going to be placed. So yeah.
I would also like to apologize because I keep losing connection randomly throughout this entire stream. I have no idea why I'm losing connection randomly.
You're okay. And so we'll be splitting up. Just give us a second.
Hello. Is the stream on? I don't know. Okay.
Sorry, guys. Still trying to figure this out. Okay.
We are currently experiencing technical difficulties. So in the meantime, I shall enlighten
No, I think we're good now, Justin.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So it's Kahoot time. If any of y'all would like to play Kahoot with us. Mm-mm-mm.
Oh, hello. Is this thing on? I've lost connection again. Okay. All right. So is the Kahoot up, Mia?
Yeah, it should be up.
Okay.
Hold on a
the
second.
live stream is still on, right? Okay. So here is a daily fun fact. The salary that a company pays to you is their monthly subscription to you. And hold on.
Sorry about that. Hi, Justin. My contact was not having it, but oh, I'm not screen sharing. Oh, sorry.
Hello.
Ugh,
Oh,
sorry.
Okay.
My contact just like my contact just was not having it today.
Oh,
Justin, what are you doing? Don't be shy, guys. It's a Disney Kahoot. Justin, we can't hear you.
Hello?
You're just very faint, Justin. Yeah, this is a Disney trivia Kahoot.
At a price of course.com. If you sign up right now, you can get a free audiobook at audiobook.com. Sign up now and get one free audiobook.
Justin, nobody can hear you.
Hello?
Yeah, Justin was doing an Audible commercial for any of you that couldn't hear him.
Well, we're still waiting to another commercial. This stream is sponsored by Raid Shadowland, the most innovative RPG to ever come to mobile gaming. Raid Shadowland action packed mobile. To download the game, start your adventure now. I am not sponsored.
I'd say I'll give it till 5:55, and then we can get this show on the road. Oh, more people joining. Hello. Or maybe since we have some extra time, I'll wait till 6.
do 5v5.
We do 5v5?
Yeah, I think people can always just join anyways.
Right, right. This is
Also, sorry guys, we couldn't do custom nicknames. We just can't.
randomly generated.
But hey, at least you can be a groovy leopard or a dandy sea lion.
I like fabulous things.
I like this
Whoever
winged
is
horse. Justin, I still can't hear you.
Oh, God. Hello. Can I? Is this working? Testing. Hello. Testing. Testing.
Okay, we're gonna start the group. It seems that everybody's on.
Testing.
All right.
Is this working?
Justin,
Remarkable.
we can kind of hear you. It varies. But anyways,
Okay.
show on the road.
Yeah, right. How well do you know Disney? Ooh. Mulan as a boy. Is it Ping Pang Li Ling?
Justin, you've already done this. I don't know why you're acting like.
I'm just reading it out like those
Actually, when I was researching all these facts, I got this one wrong.
Sorry.
I'm a little offended because I love Mulan.
I love the musical number in Mulan.
Yeah, it's Ping. I thought it was Lee for some reason.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, yeah, I thought so too. The first time when I played this, I answered Lee.
All right, who's on the scoreboard here?
And it looks like the scoreboard is glitched, much like my internet. Oh, never mind. I'm
No,
just
no, no. Mountain Crab. Mountain Crab's in the lead.
Mountain crab.
You go, Mountain Crab.
How would there be a mountain crab? Crabs are all based on the ocean. Does that mean the mountains are an ocean?
I don't think you should question the logic of code nicknames. She's like my favorite character in Wreck-It Ralph. I look like a vampire.
Oh, dang.
Penelope Von Street.
I never knew that.
Sugar Rush.
And Mountain Crab is
Mountain
still on the
Crab.
lead, followed by Sturdy Chicken.
Sturdy
and
Chicken.
Fabulous Sphinx, hey!
What was with that reaction? What fraternity was Mike